What's up everyone, my name is Nightrow and welcome back to some more Mabinogi, the Chain of Destruction. On the last episode, we learned another skill, which was Chain Crush, and we learned more about Merlin and his past with Eren. So apparently he was a bit childish as back then, but I guess he grew up now. So whatever, that's the only thing I can tell you guys about the story so far. The only thing we do not know is how did she seal herself in that crystal. So for now, I guess we had to go and talk to Merlin, and I also found out that if I want to learn Dorsha conversion, I had to reach rank A on Chain Crush, and that's gonna be a pain in the butt because I don't have time for that right now because I have to continue recording. Fortunately, there was another quest which let me continue the story. Merlin, what's bothering you? I'm not sure yet, I'm just thinking. And may I as well talk it though? What were you thinking about? Erin always tried to control her power on her own. I can't believe all her efforts was for nothing. That's true, but she tried everything. Sealing herself was the last resort. There must be another way. I agree, there must be something we're missing. Okay, what's the next thing I have to do? Talk to Starlet. Why didn't she tell us or ask for help? She wrote in her journal that as the night grew darker, she felt further crushed by the weight of the power within her. You read her personal journal? Merlin's expression suddenly brightened with hope. Starlet, you're a genius. What? What are you talking about? Of course, you're always been brilliant, Starlet. What was asking about? We know, Jay. And moving on, that journal could be a key. She put everything in that journal, including the details about her struggle with the slug. Then there might be a hope after all. Yes, you must have documented everything she tried. Maybe we can build on one of her ideas. But where is it? Everyone falls into silence as they consider where they might find such an old lost book. Do I have to talk to Professor J now? Talk to Irene. I had to go to the library. But why though? I hope I don't have to buy any books or do anything stupid like going to the secret store of the library because that's gonna be annoying as fuck. And I don't wanna go to a secret store because that's annoying. And at that point, I'm gonna be so pissed off. Oh boy. Later on tonight I'll have to record some other stuff like more Nekonin. Now let's go and talk to Erie, whatever her name is, however you pronounce it, I do not know. But whatever. Also, I also got myself a brand new pet, which was a free one that you get for the 10th anniversary weekend. But I wonder if I'll be able to get the wings that I want in time. Because apparently last week they were Adventurous Cruise Armor. Because last week, apparently they were also giving away, well, not giving away, but you had to win it, or if you're super lucky to get it, some black wings, which I always wanted to give to my character. But for this week, they're only giving like the pink ones. I think they're still the same shape of the previous wings, but they're just pink. But whatever, I'm still hoping that I'm able to get at least a wing and change the color later. I hope I can change the color. Well, if it is in Nightrow too, what brings you here today? Do you need a book? Merlin said, Eren journal is big, heavy tome, Maybe Ari knows where it is. If it's not here, it may be in Tara Royal Library. You explain to Ari what Erin's journal looks like based on the ace's description. Huh. I'm sorry, this is such a strange coincidence. I just recently found a similar bookshop away in the back corner of the bookshelf. Its location, is the journal really going to be this easy? Harry returns after a lot of searching and hands over an old and tattered book. This might be what you're looking for. It records shows it arrived here before it was even born. What? It's such an old book, and what are the odds the two people who will ask for it at nearly the same time? Just someone else looked at it recently, studied it for quite a while. He was completely engrossed, muttering it for hours. Suddenly he said, "It's done," handed it back and took off. Strange anyway. I'll bet this is the one you need. It's too old to sell for any kind of profit, so why don't you just take it? I got Aaron's name in it. You should read it. So I should read it? Let's see. Small tattered book. Damn it. And yellow by time, what does it say? Good question, but we have to make a space in my inventory. I'm just gonna move this over here. One of my newer items. Let's see. What is my next objective for this quest? Read the journal, okay. Quest objective complete for the twinkle of time. Well, at least this book is gonna tell me her backstory, but I'm not gonna read it right now. Let's just finish this quest and... Eh boy, now I need more space. Pick a dungeon. I'm gonna read that later. But for now, gotta make some space here. The funny thing is, I've recently got a potion which will decrease my luck or whatever. Not sure why would I need that. Then again, I do need it for something else. I also have this, which is for the event. Now that I think about it, I did get the new... Yeah, I got it. Let's see. Talk to Merlin. So have you found any clues concerning the item? Blah blah blah. Anchor Rush. I'm gonna learn a new skill. Yay! Let's use the feather. Now that I think about it, I wonder if I can make Albedo in this game. I mean, if I can get the wings and give it to my maid, and then if I can find a really good dress for her. Also the horns, that will be really cool. I'm gonna try and do that if it's even possible. Even though I named my maid Yukiona. Number 2, you're here. Did you learn anything about the journal? You found Aaron's journal at the Dumbarton bookstore. What should you tell Merlin? I don't know. I didn't read the book. I kinda wanna read it now. But how many pages does it even have though? That's my question. Let's see. 9 page. When I was young, I lived on the outskirts of village with my mother. I loved being so far from mother alone to thinking dreams, listening to the sigh of the wind across the field, blah blah blah. As I grew older, I began to dream of my father, blah blah blah. I didn't want the dream to go away. My father would appear and tell me that I was special, that a power hidden inside me called the slug was a spirit more feared than death itself, a spirit that fed on the dread hopelessness and fear on all the emotional that's within a human heart. A human heart is crossed out. Sounds like an appealing way of a child to live, but this terrible emotion, which is collectively called Dorcha, could be harnessed. If I could learn to do that, I will not. I will not be doomed to a life of inner horror. Instead, I could harness the Dorcha and use it as energies so that I could be force be a force for good in the world. The slug inside me gives me the ability to leech torture from opponents, and as long as I remain strong with a heart full of love and hope, I can consume the Dorsha to galvanize my own attacks. Dorsha will make it into the true hero. But why do a full-blooded former not use their Dorsha themselves? I suspect they are unable to consume it as I do. It is just inside of them like a tumor, growing large and larger as the former grow more bitter, more frightened, and more evil. Traveling with the A's. Here's the paper is so badly damaged. The willing is illegible. The writing is illegible, whatever. Let's see. Traveling with the Ace heroes. There was another raid last night. We must not let our guard down. Despite our easy victories, we must consider... Let's just skip. The solution. Every day I struggle to repress, damn down the slug. I'm exhausted emotionally, spiritually. I hardly even sleep anymore. Merlinfon noticed my hagged appearance. I could hardly keep from shaking. As I confessed what's been happening to me, he wanted to tell the other aces I was scared, but I let him do it. The compassion they all showed me. I thought I would be banished and reviled, but all they wanted to do was help. Together they created a runestone, which bore their engraving a source of power that... Oh boy, I laid the slug's energy. It might be the only reason now that the slug has not wrested control away from me completely. About Bashram. If the slug feeds on darkness, I could starve in by filling my soul with the opposite force. I'm not certain, but I already have a name for the theoretical force. Bashram. It's everything Dorsha is not. Hope, love, justice. I just need to find a way to manifest this thing, to manifest Bashram. Many page has been ripped out from this part of the research log. Slug is true identity. It is a lie. It can be possible. The slug's true identity all along it's been. But the bottom part of the page is torn to shred. A resolution. Where did it all go wrong? I'm losing control again. Manifestation Bashram saps all the energy. Manifesting Bashram saps all my energy. And all I can think about is nightmares. I now have every night in which I can't manifest any Bashram at all. And the slug devours me from the inside out. I'm so afraid that this is my come true. I'm so afraid that the only way to make sure it never happens is to seal myself away. Okay, so Bashram basically is like the opposite thing, like the good side of the Dorsha. And Old Journal is brimming with information that's bound to something useful in it. You found it. Fantastic. What does it say? Since Nightrow 2 doesn't seem used, I will guess it doesn't contain anything useful. If you don't mind, may I take a look as well? There's a silver of hope. We just have to keep searching. Of course, I'm telling you, we're getting closer. I hope you two are right. Nightrow 2, Erin is waiting for you. We'll take a closer look at the journal while you're training. Hold on. Okay, let's go in the dungeon and learn a new skill. Thank God I had to do the whole secret store thing, because that would have been really annoying. Because the only other way you can access a secret store in this game is by giving the NPC gifts and increasing her friendship with you. And that is the most annoying and painful thing in the game. I'm pretty sure I've done this a million times because of quests and storyline. Man, that was a lot of reading that I had to do just for me to find out if I did actually find something useful or not. Oh boy. Okay, what is that skill? Curious. Blah blah blah. I touched the crystal. As you gaze at the reflection, the glossy surface of the crystal, you wonder how Erin will react to the news that everyone is reading her private journal. Belatian? Hell, I think I finally adjusted to waking up like this. As Erin stretches and recovers from her nap, you can casually mention that you found her journal. You found my journal? Wow, that's a development. Do you read it? Oh, how embarrassing. Her good mood evaporates and her expression darkens. As you likely learned from my journal, I was once consumed by the slug's darkness. The endless former attack distracted me. By the time I realized my heart had weakened, it was too late. The other heroes risked their lives so many times for me. It's why I wanted to get stronger as quickly as I possibly could. Looking back, knowing how unstable I was, I made it so much more dangerous for all of us. Erin pauses, her gaze far away. I unleashed too much torture in too little time, because the former were so relentless. They made the slug more violent with each passing day. Once I knew how strong I had become, I went off in search of something to subdue it. I searched Erin, the old desert ruins, even the deepest dungeon in the former den. But the former always found me, always attacked, always pushed me to my limits. In the end, you turned yourself into a former. What you saw in my memories. What you saw in my memory, that was the moment the slug finally broke free of my control. It was terrifying. When I finally regained consciousness, I woke to find my friends scattered around me, broken and battered, barely breathing. I thought we had suffered from another former attack. What it was so much worse than that, I could see their wounds were inflicted by my chain blade. The people I treasured most of all nearly died because of me. I still can't forgive myself for it. She seems momentarily overwhelmed. I spent the whole night deliberating, and eventually I came to a decision. There was no other solution in sight, that the slug was growing ever stronger. My greatest allies were suffering by my own hand. I had to. I had to seal myself away forever here with the slug. Merlin was so angry with me. They all were. It was hard to persuade them at first, but we all knew it was the only real choice. I never thought that I'd stay and protect me here for all these years. I thought I was doing the protecting. Haha. Sealed as I was, I at least managed to keep my conscience intact, which is how I'm able to speak with you now. My hope is for you to avoid the same fate I have suffered. Don't lose yourself to this wall. Learn everything you can about Bashram, and you can beat it. Erin's deepest fear and regret, everything she felt during those long, lonely years, spills out in a rush. The pain of it too much to bear, and you're forced to let go of the crystal. Okay. You heard all you need for now. You can use the crystal again when you're ready for more Shinblade training with Erin. Okay, let's begin. Have you forgotten you need to fully train the inducing Dorcha before you start Bashram? Today I'll teach you 2 new skills. Are you ready? I'm ready. I like your enthusiasm. Well then, close your eyes. Oh boy. Oh, you're not so easily surprised anymore by this place, huh? Well, let's use the skill themselves to keep things exciting. Around here, shall we? First up is Spinning Slash. The spinning slashers deal against multiple foes in close range. It drags them towards you for a split second. I mean, for a solid hit. And that will force them all back simultaneously. Never can even pronounce the damn word. If you're overwhelmed by enemy and give you space. When you swing the chain blade, enemies to your right will be pulled towards you and take damage. But of course, the best way to learn is its practical application, right? Why not try being slasher on those ghosts? Already provided you with the dodge you need to practice. Keep an eye on how much dodge you leech using normal attacks. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's kill them all. Each lot is for door shop. Try to use some blah blah blah. Okay, you're doing well for such a difficult skill. I'm impressed with your progress so far. Perhaps that can be attributed to your great instructor. I can teach you about Anchor Rush. It allows you to move freely any direction within a certain distance. It's an extremely useful skill that exploits the elasticity of the chain blade. To escape dangerous situations, you can even use it after you've been stunned by an opponent. Practice using Anchor Rush to rapidly approach the ghost and attack them. A mysterious smile suddenly spread across Aaron's face. I'm actually going to slow your speed down a bit. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll be just fine. Just want you to focus on Anchor Rush, usually getting you from point A to point B. Replenish your Dorsha for you again. Now let's start practicing an Anchor Rush. Suddenly you overcome with a strange sensation and your body becomes sluggish and slow. Press 1. It works exactly. Okay, so I was supposed to go inside the circle. You did perfect. Try again and ingrain it in your memories. Okay, so you can only move from a specific distance, like you said. Okay, you did perfectly. Try again and ingrain in your memories. You did perfectly. Blah blah blah. That's right, perfect. That's actually a really good skill to use. Okay, strange sensation and finally disappears. Everything is all smiles. I bet you, I bet my little speed adjustment wasn't annoying her. Don't worry, I'm already pushed you back to normal. You know how vital speed is to winning a battle. With Anchor Rush, you can cut right through the chaos. Go ahead and practice when you learn. What you learn. I promise I won't mess with you this time. Oh man, I didn't get to use that. Grab them all. We need more dorsal. Okay, let's grab them all. And good job, you improve immensely. To be able to use Anchor Rush once again once you leave. But don't use Spinning Slasher until you practice more. X, that's where to learn Spinning Slasher. Spinning Slasher requires high competency with Chain Blade. You need to special torture energy if you want to use it in the future. This seal definitely limits how much I can teach you in one day, but perhaps the opportunity for you to practice between lessons is better anyway. Focus on Anchor Rush training at the very least. You'll need to reach a rank A to use it effectively, okay? After that, I can teach you more. The only problem is I'm quite at loss as how to deliver the special torture energy to you while I'm sealed. Erin's expression looks uneasy. You'll have to find a way to unseal her if you want to learn Spinning Slasher. Whew. Yet again, I've reached the end of my energy. Let's continue this another day. Ready to go? Get everything's achieved and swirls around you. I hope you'll be alright out there. Don't worry, my old enemies will target you as well. Then again, you have Merlin, Starlet, and Jay with you. With those three at your side, the skills I taught you will be more than a match for whatever they can dish out. Just be sure that you're always staying alert and on guard. The enemies is full of surprises, and they'll stop at nothing to sate that their desire for the slug's power. They've even tried to channel the slug's power by filling objects with Dorsha. Fortunately, that's just to notice I'm sealed away inside one of their dungeons. They've never thought to look right under their own noses, huh? Nathan, you've read my journal, so you already know about Bashram, right? I believe it's a secret to wielding the Chain Blade safely, without letting the slug go on a rampage. However, I can't really investigate further from here, as you might have guessed. She keeps keeping her tone cheerful, but you can detect hints of desperation. I'm counting on you, Melitian. Please figure out how to use Bashram. But of course, even with Bashram, I'll never be normal. There's a slug within me, and that makes me different. Something I should just accept. Everything works together. At least try to find a clue in the journal. There must be something I overlook. If only there could be an escape from this darkness. Her voice sounds so sad. And that's the end for this video, because this was a really long one. Yeah. Okay guys, I'm gonna stop the video right here. I hope you enjoyed it. This has been getting interesting, me learning more skills and stuff for the story. Also, I will stop right now, yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. this is gonna be. I'm not sure how long this story is gonna be, but either way, I will probably do another let's play on Mabinogi, because years ago I said I was gonna do the next story after the. I forgot the name of that previous story, but whatever. I'll remember it later. So guys, thank you so much for watching Mabinogi. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!